Hi, welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're right back from Theo's Chocolate, and I have some of their chocolate here. And I thought one of the great things to do with this would be to make some really rich, intense chocolate cookies. As much chocolate as I could possibly get into these cookies, the better they're gonna be. So we're gonna start out very gently melting it on a pot of water that's just slightly warm, not boiling, not simmering. I have this actually on my lowest setting on the stove, because we just want to melt the chocolate. If we do it too hot, it can break it and make it oily. It's only been on 5 seconds and it's already starting to melt. So we're going to leave that here and get our batter ready. I'm going to keep peeking back here at this chocolate just to make sure it doesn't get away from me. So I'm going to start with a mixer, and you can use, I don't think they really had these when I was a kid. At least my mom didn't have one. So they used the beaters in the bowl. So in the bowl, I'm going to crack these 4 eggs. Make sure it's not on the highest setting. That's very important on a mixer. If you plug it in when it's on high, it'll just spray stuff everywhere. I have coffee mixed in with the sugar, and that's an optional thing. I like it, I like that crunch that the coffee gives it. I think they're very complementary together. So whatever your favorite coffee is. I've lowered the speed on our mixer. We still have a few chunks in there, but I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. The rest of the heat will carry over and melt that. This is a stick of butter that's been melted in the microwave. Now you can do this in a pan, but microwaves are good for a couple things, and this is one of them. I'm just looking for all the lumps to be out and that the butter's incorporated in and it doesn't look oily. It looks like smooth chocolate. Look at that beautiful chocolate spiral in there. The other great thing about cookies is I've got 2 kids, and that's the one way to really get them into the kitchen. If I say, hey, do you want to do a poached salmon dish? Probably not going to be into that, but if they get to come back here and pick at chocolate, that's another story. So I'm going to turn this off just for a second, and I'm going to push the sides of the bowl down. Just want to make sure everything's getting incorporated properly. The flour, baking powder is mixed in here together. My last little snack out of there. One for later. Right in there. And done. So now we're going to go straight to the pan here. And I have my oven preheated at 350 degrees, and these won't take that long to cook. We're looking at 10 to 15 at the most. So I use a 2-spoon kind of deal. And I'm going to put them high instead of flat. If you start them flat, when the heat gets to them, they'll get flatter. And you can freeze this cookie dough for later. I've always loved chocolate. It was great going to Theo's to see the whole process that goes into it.
You break them open, they got a shell on them. After they've dried out in the roaster, they'll crumble really easily.
Not just the technical aspects of how chocolate is made, but where it comes from, the thought they put into it, and the care they put into it. I kind of like to think of my restaurants. We put a lot of attention into everything that we do, and I think that where that's most obvious, besides the end product, is the people that work there. Their pride shows through their employees. It was really a great thing to see. Looks like the cookies are ready. You can tell because they have this little crack to them. You don't want to mess with them yet. They're not ready. They have to cool off before they're ready. And you can look at the bottom, you can tell that they're cooked and not dark. That's the whole thing with cookies. If you like them crispy and crunchy, then go ahead and cook them a little bit longer. But since this is chocolate, and I like my chocolate warm, moist, chocolatey, like so. Look at that. Ugh. This is how I like my chocolate. So there we have our chocolate cookies.